How is it going, everyone? Towards my WWE Survivor Series 2019 pay-per-view predictions. Of course, Survivor Series is the one-night year where Raw takes on SmackDown. For the very first time ever, NXT includes himself into the mix. So we'll be all three brands taking on each other at Survivor Series. Of course, it all takes place tomorrow night on the WWE Network as well as pay-per-view. And overall, I gotta say, going to Survivor Series, I am very excited for this pay-per-view. Not just because of the inclusion of NXT, but the fact that this card is stacked. I am literally almost looking forward to every single match on the show. I think it's going to be delivered. Of course, that is if Vince lets them go out there and do their thing. If Vince lets them go out there and do their thing, honestly, I feel like this show can go down as one of the best WWE shows of all time. And especially when you include NXT TakeOver War Games tonight. These two sets of shows could potentially be the best back-to-back shows in WWE history. You know, because obviously TakeOver is more likely to deliver, but Survivor Series is always in question. You even have a stacked card because this is how bullshit booking goes. But Survivor Series, like I said, on paper, looks to be an awesome show. I'm very excited for it. This could potentially be, like I said, one of the best WWE pay-per-views of all time. Definitely one of the best pay-per-views this year. You know, the only really running pay-per-view against it, in my opinion, is WrestleMania. But besides that, this card has a lot of potential, and I'm very excited for it. I really hope WWE doesn't fuck it up, you know, especially with the inclusion of NXT. I think that, you know, Triple H should have some more say, I guess, on how things go, considering like, Triple H is like his baby. So I don't know, but all in all, for Survivor Series, I'm very, very excited. Like I said, stacked cards. It should be a great weekend overall. You know, NXT TakeOver War Games tonight should be an awesome show, and this should be an awesome show nonetheless as well. So, like I said, WWE, I am invested into the show. I've invested into the build. I'm very much looking forward to it. Please do not fuck it up. Please do not let me, after the show, be disappointed and not happy or satisfied. Just please, for one time, deliver an amazing show that, you know, on paper looks amazing. So that's all I'm really asking for. But of course, for Survivor Series, we do have 8 matches scheduled for the show. Nothing been announced for the kickoff show, which I'm sure will be happening 2 hours prior to the pay-per-view, because of course the Big Four get 2-hour kickoff shows. Why, I don't know, but I'm pretty sure we'll have like 2 or 3 matches added tomorrow for the show on like Twitter. They'll announce like, oh, these 3 matches were announced for the kickoff show, by the way. So I'm pretty sure they'll do stuff like that. But of course, on the 8 matches we do have on the card, we do have 2 traditional Survivor Series elimination matches, yes, but this time it won't be a 5-on-5. It will be a 5-person traditional Survivor Series triple threat match, meaning 5-on-5-on-5. Not really too sure how I feel about, you know, 15 people being in the ring, thus making, you know, 14 eliminations possible. Excuse me, my voice went out there. But I don't know. I mean, the matches will be great, but I just think with that many people, it might be a little bit of a clusterfuck. But that's just my personal opinion. But on Team Raw and Team SmackDown, of course, on the men's Survivor Series team are stacked. However, we do not know anyone on the NXT teams. Of course, the day of, we'll be learning one member, I assume will be the team captain of the NXT men's team. But besides that, yeah, no one on the NXT team has been announced, which I do like the mystery because it makes NXT look smart. They're waiting until the day of to tell, like, okay, these people are on my team. They're not going to announce it ahead of time, so you're not going to prepare for. They're going to make it a surprise. For NXT, they're being very smart about that. And speaking of the Survivor Series elimination match, it will be a women's match as well. We do have the teams for Raw and SmackDown set. For NXT, we actually do already have one person announced for it. It is the team captain, being Rhea Ripley. The rest of the team members will be revealed the day of the show. So yeah, I do like NXT being smart and keeping their members a secret until the day of the show. I think it's, you know, comes off great in their part. So good stuff there. And then of course we do have all our champions matches. Of course, you know, for brand supremacy. Of course, we'll be having the champions versus champions, the tag team champions taking on each other, with the Raw tag team champions taking on the SmackDown tag team champions, taking on the NXT tag team champions. Of course, this match was originally supposed to include the Revival as the SmackDown tag team champions, but of course they lost the SmackDown tag team titles to the New Day, so they got replaced by the New Day in this match, which I don't mind the inclusion of New Day, but I feel like with the Revival in this mix with these other 2 tag teams, especially giving the match we just had with the Revival and Undisputed Era this past Monday in Raw, then you had the Viking Raiders in the mix, that triple threat could have been fucking phenomenal. But no, nothing against the New Day. New Day are great, but in terms of a tag team, I think the Revival would fit in this situation a little bit better than the New Day. But nonetheless, that tag team champions triple threat match is an absolute rule. Really excited for that one, and it's gonna be crazy. And speaking of being crazy, we have a triple threat mid card champions. Of course, the United States champion from Raw, the Intercontinental champion from SmackDown. Which, by the way, the new Intercontinental Championship, I do think it looks nice, but nothing beats that white Intercontinental Championship. The best title design of all time. That's why I have a replica of it, in my opinion. Well, in my opinion, that's the best title design of all time. That's how I have a replica of it. But Yeah, I mean, the new one looks nice, but it's just too much of a center plate. It's too, reflecty. Just on TV, it looks bad. You can never see what it looks like on TV, but like pictures of it's just fine. Exactly the main problem with the AEW World Title too. Like it looks great, but on TV it looks like trash because it's always shiny. You know, you can't really see the plate of it. But yeah, just my little thoughts on the new Intercontinental Championship. But of course, yeah. Then also taking on the NXT North American Champion, AJ Styles, Roderick Strong, Shinsuke Nakamura. That's gonna be a phenomenal triple threat match. I'm very excited for that one, honestly. I think those three are going to go out there and just tear the house down and have an amazing match. And honestly, that's probably the match I'm looking forward to the second most. That's going to be awesome. Really excited for that one. But then we go to the Women's Champion Triple Threat match. Of course, the Raw Women's Champion taking on the SmackDown Women's Champion, taking on the NXT Women's Champion, which, at first, I was kind of hyped for it, but I feel like the hype's kind of died down a little bit. I don't know, I've kind of lost my interest for this over time, over the last couple weeks, I should say. It's still going to be a great match. Looking forward to it, but I feel like the fact that they kind of excluded Bayley from this up until this week has kind of made it seem demeaning to her. Kind of made it seem like that champion didn't matter, which I understand that's kind of part of the story, but at the same time, it's like, I don't know, you should never, make it seem like whenever champions are important. Every champion should be important, which is why they're a champion. But that's just my little thought right there. But yeah, that should be a great match nonetheless with Shayna, Bayley, and Becky Lynch. That's gonna be awesome, and I'm looking forward to that one highly. So those are your three champions matches. Of course, tag team champions, the mid card champions, and the women's champions, all colliding in a triple threat match. Which, by the way, this show has to have the most triple threat matches of all time. Every match beside the championship matches are triple threat matches. So absolutely insane. And then, of course, we do have 3 championship matches taking place. Of course, the first being the NXT Championship. Yes, for the very first time ever, the NXT Championship will be defended on a main pay-per-view. Adam Cole, of course, defending against the winner of tonight's triple threat match at NXT TakeOver War Games, Pete Dunne, Damian Priest, and Killian Dane. Yes, one of those 3 men will go on to Survivor Series to face Adam Cole for the NXT Championship. If I can make a prediction for that, I do think Pete Dunne wins the triple threat match tonight at NXT TakeOver War Games. I think he goes on to face Adam Cole at Survivor Series for the NXT Championship. However, I do think Adam Cole will retain the NXT Championship regardless of who he faces, whether it's Pete Dunne, Damian Priest, or Killian Dane. I do think nonetheless Adam Cole still walks out the NXT Champion regardless. So that's going to be a great match. If him and Pete Dunne is the match that happens at Survivor Series, another match that could potentially steal the show. Those two will go out there and tear the house down as always. But yeah, very excited for the NXT Championship being defended for the very first time on a pay-per-view. And then, of course, we'll be having Daniel Bryan challenging The Fiend for the brand new Blue Universal Championship. These two had a really good match at the Royal Rumble back in 2014. They haven't really touched since, I believe, because, Bryan had his old problems in retirement or whatever, and then came back. But, man, the new Fiend not the new Fiend, but the Fiend and the new Daniel Bryan, that's going to mix for an amazing match. If it isn't like, where the Fiend's matches were, where he's just been like, his matches with Rollins and Baszler, if it's not like that, which it probably will be, because that's, I guess, the Fiend's gimmick with his matches, but on paper, the Fiend and Daniel Bryan, give it a competitive match, that could be a hell of a story and a hell of a match. So Daniel Bryan and the Fiend, I'm very excited for that match. I think, like I said, if they let them go out there and just tell a certain story and let them still get a good amount of action at the same time, it's going to be an incredible match. So Fiend and Bryan, excited for that one. Then, of course, we have our big main event, which is for the WWE Championship, a no-holds-barred, no disqualification match. Brock Lesnar defending against Rey Mysterio. This match I am very, very excited for. Ever since the angle happened with, Brock dropping Rey within F5, then, they've been building it, and the promos they've been having, and Rey, really showing some aggressiveness and really taking down Brock in this feud. This is just, it's awesome. Brock Survivor Series time, especially against the smaller opponents. Look at his matches with AJ Styles and Daniel Bryan over the last 2 years. You add Rey Mysterio now to this mix, it's guaranteed to be a great Brock match at Survivor Series. Brock always goes all out at Survivor Series apparently now, and add Rey Mysterio to, person he can use, I think they'll go out there and steal the show. Especially with a no DQ stipulation, that's definitely going to play into effect, and that's definitely going to be a hell of a fight. I'm very, very excited for that. Definitely the match I'm looking forward to the absolute most. And, man, I'm just looking forward to everything in Survivor Series. I think Survivor Series looks absolutely awesome. I'm very, very excited for the show, and I really can't wait to see it tomorrow night. So, yeah, definitely rambling on. Let's go ahead and jump right into predictions. Raw versus SmackDown versus NXT Champions versus Champions triple threat match. Raw Tag Team Champions the Viking Raiders versus the Undisputed Era's NXT Tag Team Champions Bobby Fish and Kyle O'Reilly versus SmackDown Tag Team Champions The New Day. Honestly, I can see either team winning it. The Undisputed Era are going to be my pick to win it. I think they'll surprise everybody and win this match, thus making them the best tag team in WWE. The New Day, they kind of win and lose at any time, so they can win and lose. I don't know. It's just a new day. You can easily see them winning it. But the Viking Raiders, they've been built dominantly throughout the entire year, so I could see them winning it. But like I said, I think Undisputed Era will walk out with a surprise victory to become the best tag team champions in WWE. So NXT and the Undisputed Era are my pick to win this match. Raw vs. SmackDown vs. NXT 5-Women Traditional Survivor Series Triple Threat Elimination Match. Team Raw featuring Team Captain Charlotte Flair, Natalya, the WWE Women's Tag Team Champions, the Kabuki Warriors, and Sarah Logan versus Team NXT, led by Team Captain Rhea Ripley, versus Team SmackDown featuring Team Captain Sasha Banks, Lacey Evans, Carmella, Nikki Cross, and Dana Brooke. Honestly, I'm going to go ahead and say Team NXT gets the win here. I don't know. I don't see Team Raw winning it. Team SmackDown, honestly, I think they should win it, but I just don't see them winning it. So I'm going to go ahead and say whoever's on Team NXT, led by Rhea Ripley, will end up walking out of this match the sole survivors and winners for this match. I don't know, like I said, I think Team SmackDown should win, but like I said, I'll go ahead and say Team NXT walk out of this match the sole survivors. Raw vs. SmackDown vs. NXT Champion vs. Champion vs. Champion Triple Threat Match. The OC and Raw's United States Champion AJ Styles versus the Undisputed Era's NXT North American Champion Roderick Strong versus SmackDown's Intercontinental Champion Shinsuke Nakamura. I'm going to go ahead and say AJ Styles walks out of this match victorious. Would like to see Shinsuke Nakamura get the win here, but I don't know. I see them making AJ the dominant mid-card champion out of the three of them here, but this should be a fantastic match. Honestly, this is the match I'm looking forward to the most on the entire or one of the matches I'm looking forward to the most on the entire show. These three men just go out there and absolutely kill it and have a phenomenal triple threat match. But yeah, I do think AJ Styles and Raw will walk out of this triple threat match victorious. Raw vs. SmackDown vs. NXT Champion vs. Champion vs. Champion Triple Threat Match. Raw Women's Champion Becky Lynch versus NXT Women's Champion Shayna Baszler versus SmackDown Women's Champion Bayley. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and say Bayley gets the win here for SmackDown. They've been leaving her out of the equation, really. It's mainly been Becky and Shayna, so I feel like Bayley will kind of, since she's been the forgotten one, kind of ease her way into victory somehow. I don't know. I could see that happening. I could see Shayna winning this match, to pretty much solidify her as one of the top women as well. But I don't know. This match could go either way. It's the unpredictability of Survivor Series. It can go either way, but I do think SmackDown's Bayley will somehow secure a sneaky win. Universal Championship Match. Universal Champion The Fiend, Bray Wyatt versus Daniel Bryan. I think it's an easy victory for The Fiend here. I don't see him losing the championship this early on. And yeah, I think him and Daniel Bryan will have one hell of a match. I think if, given a proper, story with them getting enough in-ring time, they can have a fantastic match and one of The Fiend's best matches so far. Not that he's had many matches to begin with, but I definitely think Daniel Bryan and The Fiend could put on a classic match, honestly. And I'm looking forward to it. Should be a fun time nonetheless. But yeah, I don't think Daniel Bryan really has a chance at hell. I think he's kind of just a filler first opponent for The Fiend. And yeah, with that being said, I do think The Fiend, Bray Wyatt, walks out of this match still the Universal Champion. Raw vs. SmackDown vs. NXT 5-Man Traditional Survivor Series Triple Threat Elimination Match. Team Raw featuring Team Captain Seth Rollins, Ricochet, Kevin Owens, Randy Orton, and Drew McIntyre versus Team NXT versus Team SmackDown featuring Team Captain Roman Reigns, Shorty G, Mustafa Ali, Braun Strowman, and 2019 King of the Ring winner King Corbin. I'm gonna go ahead and say Team Raw gets the win here. I think Team SmackDown should get the win, but I think they're gonna do a thing where Seth Rollins ends up being the sole survivor for Raw, ends up winning it for Raw and everything. I don't know. Everything has to end with Raw on top somehow, so I do think Team Raw will end up being the top team in this match. Team NXT, I'm not sure who will be on the team, but honestly, I don't think that they're gonna win. I don't see NXT winning it. Like I said, SmackDown, I do think SmackDown should walk out of this match victorious, but I just don't see Team SmackDown getting the win here, unfortunately. So I think, like I said, Seth Rollins will probably end up being the sole survivor for his team, thus making Team Raw the winners of the Survivor Series match. And then the main event, no holds barred, no disqualification match for the WWE Championship. WWE Champion Brock Lesnar versus Rey Mysterio. This match I am looking forward to a lot. This is definitely the match I'm looking forward to the most in the show. I think the styles and the size difference and contrast for these two are going to play an excellent match. Obviously we've seen Brock have these amazing matches over the last 2 years at Survivor Series with smaller guys, and I think him and Rey will be no exception. Brock Lesnar obviously has retained the WWE Championship. I can see him pulling a swerve for Rey Mysterio winning it, but I think if Rey wins it, he probably loses the next night on Raw anyways, and I just don't see it happening. So Brock Lesnar will be my pick to walk out of this match still the WWE Champion. Well, ladies and gentlemen, hope you guys enjoyed my WWE Survivor Series 2019 pay-per-view predictions. Like I said, Survivor Series is the one night year where Raw takes on SmackDown, takes on NXT, and pretty much triple threat action. You know, every match, like I said, besides the championship matches, are triple threat matches. So, you know, I'm excited for it. I'm not really too sure how the Survivor Series matches are going to fare in terms of the eliminations, because there's going to be 15 people, and that's just going to be, I don't know if we're going to do the triple threat where it's 2 people in the ring, or they're actually going to have a member of each team in the ring at once, because WWE always changes the rules in terms of triple threat tag matches. But I am excited. The 3 title matches I'm looking forward to. I'm looking forward to everything on Survivor Series. I think it's going to be an awesome show. I'm very, very excited for it. Like I said, the first time in quite a while that WWE has able to engage me in one of their pay-per-views like this. I haven't been this excited and this, you know, anticipated for a show in I don't know how long. Not even WrestleMania this year I was excited for. So WWE, they're doing something right. Keep it up going to WrestleMania season, because it's literally right around the corner. It's November. WrestleMania is in April. Just keep this momentum going into WrestleMania and you'll be golden. So, yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you guys did, please feel free to leave a like below. If you got the like in the comment section, please leave your guys' predictions for Survivor Series as well. And of course, till tonight for my NXT TakeOver War Games review, and as well as my WWE Survivor Series pay-per-view review tomorrow night. I'll see you guys, and thank you guys for watching the video.